Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Unstable Driver. Those who are new to my channel, I talk about cars, manufacturers, some exclusive cars, and some exclusive stories behind them. Today we are going to talk about one special man. His name is Doug. No, not Doug DeMuro. His name is Doug Deberti. I want to talk about him because he's kind of underrated in the car industry and I wanted to shed some light on his cars and his company. He was obsessed with trucks and cars, so he wanted his own truck. So, what he did was he worked with his grandfather in his junkyard rebuilding bikes and reselling them so he could afford to buy a new truck. And guess what? He did. He did buy his new truck, and then he quickly realized that he could not afford to buy the aftermarket parts that he wanted to put on his truck. So he had to find a solution to get these parts, and the only solution was to make the parts by himself. And guess what? He did. He did make the parts by himself. And then he got married, he moved to California with his wife, and continued to create parts for his truck. The more people he met there, the more those people wanted what he had on his truck. And then he started building the requested items, one of them being a billet aluminum grill he had created. He built as many as he could while maintaining his two other jobs and raising a family. I respect this man a lot for doing that. So let's continue. He got to a point where he was going to take a massive risk and create his own business. So this is where it gets interesting. He couldn't get a loan from any bank. So his only choice was to get as many Visa Gold cards and max the limits to get a show from building with only having a very few items he had created. The guy worked really hard because, failure wasn't an option for Doug Deberti. After years of hard work, Doug grew a company he started from nothing to over 6,000 part numbers and was the largest aluminum aftermarket accessories manufacturer in the world. So the legacy continued with his son Brad, who was raised with his brother Shane by the same rules from when their dad Doug was a kid. Nothing was free, and if they ever wanted something, they either build it or work to get it. They had pretty strict rules as kids with no video games, TVs, or phones. It was just pure hard work. So Brad was really into racing, and he had a once in a lifetime opportunity to jump in a race car. The race car happened to be the past moto champion Brian Deegan's. Brad took this opportunity very seriously. Brad drove the truck and owned his natural talent. Brad entered his first race with no sponsors due to the fact that he was a rookie with no prior race history, while on used tires he was buying half price because he could not afford new. Guess what happened? The opening race, Brad qualifies first by over a second and won his very first national race by over 4 seconds. In car world, 4 seconds is like 4 years. Next day he had his second race, qualified first and won that race by over 5 seconds. The guy was a natural. The whole family was shocked because nobody knew that Brad could race this well. They went home with Brad and had many new contracts on the table for sponsors, and his racing career took off in the blink of an eye. And then it went on. The guy won an off-road championship and he also got NASCAR's Rookie of the Year. After racing for a few years, Brad wanted to switch things up. The opportunity came when the Discovery Channel wanted to create a TV show capturing the crazy moments that were happening with the family, their epic builds, and follow Brad's racing career more in depth. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Deberti, for letting us have an opportunity to at least drive it in the game. As always, this is Unstable Driver. Like and subscribe because it helps me a lot. Thank you so much again. Have a nice day. Here are some cinematic shots for you to enjoy.
I'm headed to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went and pissed it away. I ain't fucking okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck here for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat full of whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole damn week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million motherfuckers that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family. From a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life never when I knew not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo.